Greetings and salutations to all you folks out there. Today is a day of pros and cons. Con, you get to watch a driving vlog of me. Pro, you get to see my glorious red neck beard. Con, there has been a huge storm recently. You may have heard of it, a little hurricane called Irma. Pro, well, we're all okay. Talk about that a little bit. Yeah, today's video is going to be extremely long and rambly because I do not have the bandwidth to upload a high quality video, which is why it's 720p, and I do not have the time or the computer horsepower right now to edit a video, so be prepared for the rambles. Irma rock and rolled right through the area of Florida where I live, so we actually got out. And thankfully the damage was not bad. Nothing serious happened. Our house didn't flood, no windows broke. There weren't any trees close enough to blow into the house, that kind of thing. So all of that's good. But on the downside, we don't have power and we don't have internet, and probably won't for several days. I think just with our power provider, FPL, I think there was something close to 4 million people who lost power in Florida. So there just aren't enough crews right now to restore power, and they say in some places probably won't get power back until like the 23rd or the 25th, which I don't think will be that long because we are a little closer to civilization. But I just drove through our neighborhood, and there were 3 or 4 poles pushed over and trees on the lines and that kind of thing. So I doubt we're gonna have power anytime in the next day or two. So I'm actually driving back up to my parents' house. They have a generator and they have some of the modern amenities such as clean drinking water and internet, slow though it might be. And so we're gonna stay up there for a couple more days. No need to worry. We are A-okay along with everybody in the immediate family. As far as I know, nobody lost a house, nobody lost a life or a limb or anything else. So there is a whole lot to be thankful for. I know that there were definitely a lot of people not that lucky. So if you are of a giving bent and wish to donate to a good cause, there are a couple of different charities. I do not know the names right off the top of my head, but there are a couple of charities taking donations for storm relief, and those are definitely worthy causes. Both for the southern side of Florida, a little bit further south than we were at. The storm had actually slowed down a little by the time it got to where we were at. And then also Houston. Houston is still going through a lot of problems. My brother actually drove out there a week and a half ago, I guess, maybe 2 weeks. I am losing track of time. Everything is kind of running together because of how things have been going the last few days. But he drove out there with some of his friends and one of my cousins. They had a flat bottom boat, and they were doing search and rescue work and supply distribution out in the Houston area in the floods. And it's just unbelievable, some of the video that he sent back and the things that they were looking at. It is messed up out there. They were much less prepared than Florida was, and significantly more damaged. That's the one good thing about Florida. So we have really sandy soil, which means that if we flood, then the water goes straight down through to the water table in just a few days. But the downside of sandy soil is that trees get pushed over because the soil gets wet, the soil gets super soft, you get a little breeze blowing by, and then the trees just kind of creak, set down. So even where my parents are at, where the storm had slowed down significantly, there's trees down everywhere. So I'm sure there are a lot of houses that I have not seen yet that have trees sitting on them. Anywho, so now you know where I've been at. We escaped that way about 5 days ago. Probably be up there 2 more days, so I am out of reach of YouTube. I've had a couple of videos in the backlog that I'm kind of stringing out to try to keep something up for you guys over the next few days. And then I had intended to announce that this week I was going to start streaming full-time for a few weeks. But that obviously did not happen because right now I have no power and no internet connection. So something that you guys that watch these videos will get a heads up on. I am not working currently. I am going to continue putting in applications and looking for a job. It's kind of a long story as to what happened with the other one. I ended up leaving the company that I moved down to Florida to take a job with because it just was not a place that I needed to be. yeah, we'll just leave it there. So I am putting in applications, but I'm going to try for 3 weeks or so to see how things go if I start streaming full-time and maintaining a full upload schedule on YouTube. I'd been doing a bit better about that for the last couple of weeks, and then it slacked off again, you know, with the stress with some of the things happening at work, and then turning in notice and getting everything wrapped up and that kind of stuff. And then we ended up having to leave for the storm, so I feel bad about the lack of content here recently, although I feel like I do have a good excuse. But I'm going to give that a whirl, and we'll see how it goes. And I'll have full details posted to the channel before that happens, and if you are on the Discord hanging out over there, you can get details on it there as well. But I'm going to be giving that a shot. Lots of Supreme Commander, going to be delving into some of the other games. That'll give me a lot more time to spend on things. Also, editing will become more of a factor, because I'll just have the time to put into it. Until this has happened, maintaining a full-time job and a YouTube channel is sometimes not the easiest thing to do. So you end up recording and then you don't have time to edit, so you post the full videos without any cuts or anything. And then there's a lot of projects that I've wanted to do and I just haven't been able to, that I'm going to try to knock out in the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned on Twitch. Links are in the description for everything. And then once that gets rolling, we'll be doing some interesting stuff over there. I'm going to try to start casting the live tournaments that are happening on Subcom, on FAF. Getting my words slurred up here. So I'll start doing some of that and picking and choosing projects here and there to take up. But anyway, that is all I'm going to ramble on about today. I'm sure that is long enough. I'm going to consume some cellular data, getting this posted up. Maybe the towers will hold up enough to get this thing posted. That's another thing I hadn't anticipated. Since the power is out and lines are down and everything else, the cell networks here are drastically overloaded. I've had issues even making calls because I guess just too many people are on the towers because there's nothing better to do. But anyway, I'm gonna get this thing up, at least let you know that I am safe, that things are moving along rather well, and nothing is the matter. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for sticking with the channel, even though sometimes things get a little up and down, and I hope that you will tune in for the next one when we get this whole thing going.